Hey everyone, Felipe here. Welcome to another Tower of Saviors card review video. In this video, I'll be taking a look at the 1% jackpot card from the Rockman X DiVE series X. X is a water machina and has the following leader skill. When the team has only machina members, team attack times 6.5, HP and recovery times 1.3. This is your pretty basic attack multiplier, average for the current meta. By dissolving water or heart runes, team attack times 3 additionally. Water, light, and heart runes also possess 50% effect of other attribute runestones. This means that you can run X as a Rainbow Machina team, and you will be able to provide attacking runes for your other elemental or other attribute members, which will make him a really good Machina leader since you can slot in different attributes and different cards. For the team skill, we're gonna take a look at the chart since it has more detail. The leader is X and the ally is any type of X. Extend runestone movement time regardlessly by 2 seconds. If rune movement time is greater than 2 seconds, team attack times 2.2. If runestone movement time is greater than 4 seconds, all X attack times 3 additionally, and will attack regardless of fixed combo shield and regardless of initial shield. Next we have the leader is a machina and there's X in the team. X changes to the leader's attribute, and same as with other Rockman DiVE cards, you acquire the energy tank ability if you equip them with a Dragoncraft. So taking a look at the leader, this leader is a pretty good leader. You have high HP, high recovery, you have a high attack, and you have an extra times 3 and times 2.2 attack multiplier if you fulfill all the conditions. Additionally, if you spend more than 4 seconds moving, you will get an additional times 3 attack for X and also be able to break fixed combo shield as well as initial shield. This is really good because you don't have to bring utility cards to break those shields, and you can slot in other cards that have other effects and can benefit you in battle. Also, this card as a member will be really good because it will match with the leader's attribute. So you can use him in other teams like Hatsune Miku or Alphonse or any Machina members that get released in the future. Machina leaders that get released in the future. But yeah, that's all for normal X. The gimmick of X is that it can virtual rebirth, and as always, being able to have an evolution it will make the card stronger. But let's take a look at his active skill. This is a CD2 skill, which is very short, and it will be really useful in certain scenarios. So the skill has the following effect, where fuel of Machinas will be increased by 15%, which is always nice because Machina fuel always takes a while to build up, and because this is a CD2 skill, you can activate it every couple turns and make sure your fuel is at 100% in just a couple of turns. Second effect, turn runes as many as accumulated rounds plus 2. Dissolving runes is necessary into Machina runes of the character's attribute. Because X can change the attribute based on the leader, you want the runes converted to be of his own attribute. The max is 7 runestones, so this means that the max accumulation round will be 5, which is also pretty short and not bad at all. For one round, the more accumulated rounds, the higher the character attack for the max of 4 for 5 accumulated rounds. Like I said, CD5 is already pretty short, so if you can get times 4 for just waiting 5 rounds, then that is also really good. When the skill is activated at the max accumulated round, restore all cracked positions, and the accumulated rounds will be reset upon skill activation. So basically this is an upgraded Pisces for Machina members. Yeah, you get a lot of attacking runes or attributive runes, and you also get different perks, like your attack gets increased by 4 and you can restore cracked positions. In my opinion, cracked positions are one of the most annoying board debuffs because there aren't that many characters that can get rid of them, and they're usually random, so your run can end because of bad cracks in your board, since you cannot remove them or It can block your combos, it can block your sky drops, it can block a lot of things. So being able to restore cracked positions, in my opinion, is a very useful skill. And being at CD5, it's a pretty fast and pretty nice skill to have. So as far as a member goes, I think Vanilla X is going to be really good as a member. As a leader, it can also be good, but because he does get 2 virtual rebirth forms, you would normally be using the evolved forms as a leader instead. So let's take a look at the virtual rebirth forms. So the first form that we have is First Armor X. This was going to be the Water Machina, and it has an upgraded version of the normal X's leader skill. Team attack increases from 6.5 to 6.8, HP and recovery increases from 1.3 to 1.5, and the team attack bonus increases to 3.3. The team skill is basically the same, except you gain a 4th skill, where if runestone movement time is greater or equal to 6 seconds, all X will attack regardless of trio elemental shield and regardless of quintet elemental shield. So here you can notice you lose the ability to break fixed combo shields, as well as the ability to break initial shield with X's. So here we go. If rune movement time is greater than 4 seconds, breaks fixed combo and breaks initial shield. So now it's time to wonder if the attack increase and HP and recovery increase will be worth losing these skills, because you can still use other characters to break those shields. However, that means that you're spending a character slot where you could be using another character for more damage or for more utility. But being able to break trio elemental shields and quintet elemental shields means that you also don't have to bring characters for that. So it is a trade-off in terms of which shields you can break. Looking at the active skill, it's a CD7 skill. This is going to be significantly longer than Vanilla X, but it is tap 3 roads, explode the runes, including frozen runes, so you can counter frozen runes with this skill to generate water and heart runes at fixed positions in the following pattern. So going to be 3 water runes, 3 heart runes, alternating, and you get to tap 3 rows, so it means that you're generating 9 attacking runes. And for 1 round, all X attacks time 2.2, which is a pretty nice attack multiplier, since the vast majority of attack multipliers fall around the 1.8, 1 point something range. So a 2.2 attack multiplier is going to be really nice. However, you do lose the ability to restore cracked positions, as well as a short CD2 convert. Okay, so let's move on to the second form. The second form is a Light Machina. Light Machina is going to be really useful because there are a lot of Light Machina support, and it can also be used as a member in other Light Machina teams like Alphonse or Lin and Ren, although their strength is slowly going down as the meta improves. So second Armor X has an even higher attack multiplier, so team attack times 7. However, HP and recovery falls down to 1.4, and by dissolving light or heart runes, attack times 3.3. So his skill basically changes to accommodate the light attribute. But yeah, so the leader skill is pretty similar to the other 2 X's, so let's take a look at the leader skills, or team skills. So extend rune movement time by 2 seconds, basically the same. Team attack times 2.2 if movement time is greater by 2, that's also shared among all 3. Third effect is the same. You also lose the fixed combo shield, and you also lose the initial shield. However, for the 4th skill, you gain the ability to break enemies' defense and the ability to break puzzle shield. So this the Puzzle Shield one is going to be one of the most useful ones because Puzzle Shields has a lot of varieties, such as Enchanted Puzzle Shield, Big Puzzle Shield, and then you have the Elemental Puzzle Shield, so only fire runes, only water runes, only dragon runes, or yeah, so there are a lot of conditions for Puzzle Shields, which means that being able to break Puzzle Shield is going to be really useful. And being able to break defense means that you can also counter petrified runes without having to get rid of the petrified runes. So overall, I think this one is going to be really useful to have as a team skill, since you don't have to worry about bringing the correct card to break those annoying puzzle shields, and you can just deal damage to high defense enemies without worrying about it. And then the last team skill is going to be the usual Dragoncraft energy tank ability. Let's take a look at the active skill. The active skill is a CD7. Basically, it will share the first effect with the first armor, where you can convert 3 rows of attacking runes by exploding them. However, this one doesn't include frozen runes, so you might want to use first armor if there's an enemy that has an instant board freeze. Second effect, the character launches an extra water and fire attack as much as 4 times of its attack. This is also really nice because usually extra attacks are going to be weaker than your normal attack, but this one is 4 times its normal attack, so you can use this to break a lot of different shields, or you can use this as a burst option. So you can use this to break the weakness attack shield, or deal super effective damage to enemies that are weak to water or weak to fire, since 4 times is a pretty decent attack multiplier. So in terms of active skills, I think second armor X has a better skill than first armor X. So now let's get to the real discussion of this card. So the whole gimmick is that you want to have that you can virtual rebirth the normal X into 2 different forms. So if you already virtual rebirth your X, don't worry about it. You are able to switch between first armor and second armor. However, if you want to have them both in the team, you will need 2 copies. Additionally, if you want to have vanilla X, you might need to have 3 copies. And the leader skill and team skills for this character benefits a mono X team, basically. Am I happy about that? Not really, because this card is the 1% jackpot card, so it basically feels like we need to spend a lot of diamonds just to get a lot of these cards. I'd say at the most you want 3 X's just so you can get 1 of each in your team, but you can make do with just 2 because you definitely want to have vanilla X, but you also want to have a virtual rebirth one, so that's already 2 copies. The reason I say that is because vanilla X can break cracked runes, and he also has a very short CD, and you can use him as a member in 0 because 0 gets a benefit when Machinas activate their skills, so having a CD2 skill is going to be a really good it's going to be a really good member for a 0 team. However, if you want to use X as a leader, you might want to virtual rebirth it so you get the higher attack multipliers and the higher attack multipliers, and you can also get the different shield breaking capabilities. So if you choose first armor X, you can break trio and quintet elemental shield. Second armor can break defense and puzzle shields. So based on the different stages, there might be a need for you to break those shields, in which case you will definitely need a virtual rebirth card. So in my opinion, you definitely want to have 2 if you can afford it. If not, I would say skip the 1% card because it does benefit. It does benefit a mono X playstyle, I'd say if you get 0 as your jackpot card, just stay with it, just because 0 is already a pretty good member. And X is a good leader, but he will need some, I don't know. You do need more than one copy to get him to the max potential and to have that team building flexibility. In terms of power alone, I think X might be better than 0, but in terms of player friendliness and diamond friendliness, I think 0 will be a better pick, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, this card is really powerful, and I do want to have 2 copies, but it is going to be very intense on diamonds for that. But yeah, in terms of which X you want to use as leader, that will depend on which enemies you encounter and which shields you need to break. But because you are able to switch between first armor and second armor, you should be able to tune your team based on the stage information that comes out when the stage comes out. But yeah, overall, I think X is a really powerful card, has really good active skills, has amazing team skills, but it does benefit that mono X playstyle, which isn't as friendly towards free-to-play players. The good thing is that you do get a Ultimate Armor X if you manage to complete all your... if you manage to dual max all the seal cards. So you could, in theory, just have 1X and then the Ultimate Armor X and your leader, and your ally, I mean. I still have reservations about the fact that it might be a diamond vacuum, basically, but it is a good card in my opinion. It's just that it will take a lot of diamonds in order to reach its max potential, and in order to have that flexibility where you want to have at least 2 X's, so you have the chance to get Vanilla X as well as the Virtual Rebirth X. But yeah, that's all for this video. Those are my thoughts on this new card. In terms of duplicates, if you can get 2 duplicates, that would be the best. 3 duplicates would be nice, but not required. But that being said, only having 1 card is enough, since you are able to get the Ultimate Armor X if you complete all the dual max for the entire seal. I feel like the 1% jackpot card is usually the one that limits you from completing the entire seal. So if you manage to get the 1%, then you can gun for the Ultimate Armor X. So based on this, definitely wait for rate up, because you want to get as many X's as possible. So wait for rate up day, in which you can get a lot of X's or have a higher chance of getting X. So if you take anything away from this video, is please draw on the rate up day. But yeah, that's going to be all for this card review video. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, let me know in the comments if I missed out anything or said anything wrong. And I hope you stay tuned to my YouTube channel for more Tower of Savior content, and I will see you next time. Take care everyone, bye!